Delighted to have with us right now Juliet Shaw. Thank you, Juliet, for coming today. When I first saw you do it, play the theremin, I kept saying, I hope that you've been able to teach someone to play it. Have you been able to yet?
I haven't wanted to because I've evolved this art myself, and I do a great deal of teaching of piano, and I just love this to be my art.
So nobody else knows how to do it?
Well, I'm writing a book about it, so someone will know how.
Oh, and what's the name of the book?
Well, I haven't named it yet, but I'm writing all that, but I will name it.
Where did you find this theremin that you're using?
I found it at the home of the Anheuser-Busches in St. Louis, Missouri, where I was originally born. And they had one of the first theremins. There were 1,000 sold, and the Maharaja bought one, and Charlie Chaplin and Douglas Fairbanks that I know of. And my father, who always pushed me in my music, bought one for me from RCA, one of the first 1,000 that was ever manufactured by RCA.
And there are no strings and no sparks.
No, and I love the instrument because it is the predecessor of all electronic music instruments. It's the first one, and it is the only space instrument in the world, and we're all very space-minded now.
Do you see it coming back? Do you see more and more people playing this instrument?
Coming back, it's new. It's not old.
Well, I mean, only 2 people in the world play it.
Well, yes, but I'm the only pianist thereminist in the world. I've written up in Who's Who for that.
Oh, really?
And I've been asked by Pan America to write a story that people can read on the airplanes going across to Europe, flying in space, all about space music.
Juliet, has this been recorded at all? Is there any recordings of the sound of the theremin?
Well, there might be some. I've recorded quite a number of things myself. And Stokowski used it in the Philadelphia Symphony Orchestra.
I was going to ask you if it had been used in an orchestra.
But it wasn't used with them as a solo instrument. I do it as a solo instrument. I do not do it as a stunt. I do it as a serious musical instrument.
I can tell from the piece. I was going to ask you another thing. Do you think that the sound of that, when you were playing Summertime, to me, it sounded like the human voice, so much with a mournful sound.
Yeah, a little sad.
Of that, yes.
Oh, it is, but if you can't make someone cry, you're not an artist. And
well said.
I have a piece I play with a 2-piano accompaniment called Tears by Rachmaninoff, and my daughter and her 2-piano partner accompany me, and you would really cry when you hear that.
It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful sound.
Do you always just play with it? Do you always play with a piano, or do you play by yourself?
Oh, you can play some of the solos by yourself, but it needs a good accompaniment. I play it sometimes with 2 pianos. I've played it with 12 pianos. Nobody in the world has done that but me, because nobody has 12 pianos. It went
I certainly don't.
It went over NBC.
Really?
Yes.
Will you be playing anywhere in the near future?
Well, I have a concert schedule I couldn't tell you offhand.
You say that there's one other person playing this instrument. Do you know who that person is, or where he or she is? Well,
I don't at the moment know anyone who's playing it in public right now anywhere around here except myself.
Well, you're a delightful lady, and we're lucky to have you on our show.
Glad to have met you. After hearing that piece last week, I wanted to see it again.
I believe there are wonderful things in space, and I think we have to reach out for them, including the music from the theremin.
Juliet Shaw.
Good. Thank you.
Stay with us.